We have a great opportunity as well as a big challenge. The opportunity is that the government has introduced a lot of policies that are favorable, that induce investment, that are supportive of growth. The challenge is that where companies have placed their ambitions and where their reality currently is at, there is a big gap between the two, specifically focusing on the talent challenge that we have. So we've spoken about the demographic advantage that India enjoys, but coupled with that is the necessity of actually producing good talent and quality talent, for which we need to obviously ensure that our education systems are well aligned with the needs of the business. We have adequate number of teachers. We are promoting a new talent pools that are available to us and aren't limited with the current talent pool that we continue to work with. So it's important that you identify and increase the size of the talent pool as well as the quality of the talent pool. And if we were to do that, we'd be well served, because our ambitions will then get fulfilled through the people intervention. So clearly it's to do with numbers, and numbers poses a challenge because number one, you have to identify so many more people. Number two, you need to ensure that quality standards are met in every single candidate that you're wanting to hire into the organization. A lot of that has been subvented or through technology, and the use of technology through mobile or through LinkedIn, through search portals, through companies like Naukri.com and Monster. These are all available channels for us to reach a larger talent pool as well as identify good talent through this process, because a lot of background check and assessment is already being done by these companies in ensuring that talent is of a particular kind. So my search becomes easier. For senior level positions, it's an equal challenge because there are fewer number of people and the choices are limited. So in that sense, it's expensive, it's time intensive. You need to ensure that you're getting the right leadership into the organization, because the impact that it has on the success of the organization is far higher. So here, if you made a mistake, you'd pay much higher compared to if you hired somebody who didn't necessarily suit your profile or suit the organization at lower levels within the organization. The current plight is that majority of our information as far as HR is concerned is still distributed, fragmented in legacy systems, a lot of pen, paper, in files, and that poses a challenge because there isn't one integrated platform. So both the accuracy of the information as well as the meaningfulness of the information is missing, because sometimes, garbage in, garbage out, and it's important that you address both aspects. One, to capture timely information. Two, to ensure that you get a single employee view within an organization. It's currently under-leveraged. So that would require effort, investment, time to be spent in addressing this issue. Having said that, there are a lot of options now available. With SAP and Oracle having bought SuccessFactors and having bought Teleo, there is an integration between software or talent suites and ERP providers, and that makes it easier now both to enhance efficiency as well as improve user experience. Well, to begin with, the challenge isn't about technology, it's about having the right capability. If you have the right capability, technology can become a very good enabler. A lot of us are handicapped with the understanding of what needs to be done, and a clear articulation of the future, a clear articulation of our present needs, and a translation of that into how it serves the business is, I think, the biggest challenge today. Having that clarity, having that vision of where this organization ought to go, and developing business plans and checks and balances along the way to keep relevant and to keep competitive in the marketplace. Well, the opportunity with startups is twofold. One, of course, is wealth maximization over a period of time. The other is learning and growth, which is handling a bigger portfolio given at this point in time versus what a mature company could offer. When the two marry and align with my interests, it becomes a good proposition for a candidate to exercise that option and join that organization. What really helps with startups is if you have the right set of leaders that first take the step and join a startup. So that creates a level of confidence in others to say they've probably done their due diligence, they've evaluated the option, and it's a good option for me to exercise as well. So a lot of the new banks that are starting up, for example, have hired people from established banks that were well-known figures and were known for their leadership. That helps others to exercise their choice and join such organizations. So the second part of the question is bigger companies hiring smaller companies is essentially to gain efficiencies. So if you could do something faster, cheaper, better, and you have an alternative, why wouldn't you exercise it?